Uzbekistan. Today this notion cannot be perceived only as a place inhabited by a particular nation. Uzbekistan is the name of a civilization that has been created by mankind within a period of thousands of years with great patience and diligence. It is the name of a culture on our ancient planet that can be easily read. The sands of Maverenahar serve as parchment of this culture, and the letters on it are the iridescent silk and the blue glazing of the domes. Madrasas, mosques, caravanserais of a 1,000-year history that make up paragraphs on the pages of the civilization's chronicle tower high and have withstood the test of time, not only due to the craftsmanship of skillful masters, but also thanks to the power of their love and faith. Roaming the streets of ancient Samarkand, breathing in the mysterious smell of history, you're sure to hear the sounds of karnai, a national musical wind instrument, which will take you on a journey to the past, centuries way back. It looks as though the triumphant inhabitants of the city with great enthusiasm are cheering up their ruler returning from a victorious campaign. In this land, holidays are celebrated like weddings, and weddings are like huge feasts. There is joy, love, and inspiration everywhere, and this tradition remains significant to this day. These feelings touch the poetic soul of Alisher Navai, who put them into the wonderful verses of his poems. Those verses and their hidden meaning still echo in the souls of the great poet's descendants. Uzbekistan is evidence of a millennial rivalry in architecture. On this stage, wood competes with stone. Carved gates and columns created by skillful masters compete with the magic beauty of multicolor ceramics. Minarets, domes, carpets, and felt rugs glittering with unique patterns are presented here in all their primordial beauty. Looking at the pattern on the rug under your feet, woven with love and patience, you focus on a dome and see a breathtaking ornament made not by hands, but by the heart of the master. Amazing is the beauty of the domes of magnificent palaces and even modest city dwellings, and you are wonderstruck by the splendor and originality of the ceiling ornament. You will see a delicate combination of taste, diligent work of the master, and accuracy of the geometrical design. This art, taking you to the depth of the world of fantasy, vividly expresses the spiritual richness and profound outlook of the artists. It was those eyes that looked deeply into the mysterious abyss of the sky. The scholars who have conquered the world of stars and planets are also the sons of this holy land, and they will remain its heroes forever. The great Biruni, who had compiled a table of stars and had made a model of the globe, seems to be still observing the heavens with his ponderous eyes. He is the first scholar who had made the initial scientific research on the speed of light and sound. When Biruni was working on the discovery of the time-measuring devices back in the 13th century, he declared about the existence of an unknown continent beyond the ocean. When you walk along the streets of Khwarezm, you feel as if you're looking at the sky with your thoughtful eyes from the balcony of a madrasa. Mirza Ulugh-Bek, a stargazer on the throne, who followed in the footsteps of Biruni, had built the first modern observatory in the world and made his first discoveries about the structure of our galaxy. His measurements of the duration of the celestial year, day and month were so accurate that the difference in calculations made with the help of supermodern devices is only 2 seconds. Looking at the observatory building, you come to think that Ulugh-Bek himself is still working inside, bending over a map and focusing on his calculations. It seems as if the closed gates will fly open any minute and his happy pupils will come out, followed by Ulugh Bek himself in all his dignity. Avicenna, Abu Ali ibn Sina, who discovered the values of healing using the treasure house of nature and enriched the world medical science, is also an outstanding representative of this land. As when his books on healing and surgery contribute greatly to world medical science, the rich nature that inspired Avicenna still adorns Uzbekistan's mountains, awaiting new discoveries in medicine. Al-Khwarizmi, a great mathematician who discovered the concept of zero and thus gave an impetus to the development of mathematics, seems to look proudly out of the window of his madrasa and rejoice at the success of his descendants following him along the path of world science. This ancient civilization fills its inheritors with pride. Today, all the peoples inhabiting this land are justly and deservedly proud of their history. In spite of a high rising peak of the Tian Shan Mountains, this is a land of modest people who bow their heads bashfully and regard hospitality as a religious obligation. Love for the Almighty, mankind and nature is united into one whole in the hearts of the people of this land. When the master's skillful hands decorate wood and clay with patterns, the eloquent speech enriches the hearts. All this blends into one beautiful design called Naqsh. That is why they call this country the motherland of the Naqshbandi descendants. Millions of travelers have been flowing along the Great Silk Road like a huge river for centuries. Here they would find peace, mental equilibrium, and when they shared bread with each other, their exhausted bodies would come to life again. The abundance of wheat, fruit, and pilaf, and their delicious taste would always amaze people of various faiths, languages, and races. Actually, the mystery of this delicious taste does not come from either the sun or water of the region, but from the hearts of the people of this unique land. The millennium culture has been recorded and preserved in the genes of the people of this land. The hands of the masters that skillfully process silk, cotton, wood, and clay have been keeping the traditions of their ancestors. There is hardly a person who has been to Uzbekistan even once has not had tea from a dainty Uzbek cup, piala. Hot pilaf, a national rice and meat dish, a symbol of hospitality which, according to Hajja Ahmed Yasavi, is an inseparable part of religion, is part of the soul of the Uzbek people who have always been happy to welcome their guests. Uzbekistan is the home of peace and stability, art and trade. From times immemorial, representatives of the arts, science, and trade have been under protection here. Even in wartime, it was not allowed to do harm to the caravans of merchants. Already many centuries ago, this nation was heart and soul ready to accept the market economy that the contemporary world has discovered only recently. An Uzbek saying has it, "Do not touch the cemetery, do not destroy the market." It clearly expresses and confirms the above mentioned. It is hard to come across a similar aphorism with any other people. The Great Silk Road is now history. Today, mankind is not linked up by the Great Silk Road, but by the silk cables. Caravanserais, the old guest houses adjoining the five-star hotels, have been transformed into museums. Modern universities have been built next to ancient madrasas that stay in silence. The grandchildren of Al-Khwarizmi and the descendants of Biruni are living through the sweet confusion in their hearts. This agitation is caused by their curiosity whether they would be able to use their great heritage and build a deserved future. The blissful land of Madanahar is waiting for its investors who know how to earn and share their profits. The people of this land, having widely opened not only their doors, but also their hearts to the caravans on the Great Silk Road, are cordially welcoming modern companies and entrepreneurs of the world. Uzbekistan can be proud of its sophisticated telecommunication system, and its television and radio broadcasting company has all modern equipment thanks to the world-famous Siemens company.